In this video, we're going to be talking about how to solve equations or solving equations. First, we should ask, what is solving an equation and what does it mean? Solving an equation means finding the number that makes the math statement or sentence true. So if we look at this one and we are asked to solve x plus 2 equals 9. For this equation to be true, we need to determine what value of x would make x plus 2 equal to 9. We can randomly choose. So let's say, would would x equaling 10, would that make the statement true? Well, let's see. We replace x with 10. 10 plus 2 gives us 12, which doesn't equal 9. So when x equals 10, the x plus 2 equal 9 is not true. But what if x equals 7? Well, let's try it again. We replace x with 7. 7 plus 2 equals 9. So 9 equals 9, which makes it true. So right here, when x is 10, the statement x plus 2 equals 9 is not true. But when x equals 7, then x plus 2 equals 9. So solving an equation is looking what value of that unknown variable would make the equation true. Both sides equal. We are going to use Numeric Solver on our calculator to help us solve a lot of equations. Not all, but a lot of them. And this is how you do it. So let's say we had this problem right here. I'm going to highlight it with, there we go. So I have 3a plus 6 equals negative 2, that whole thing, times a plus 7. What you need to do is press the math button on your calculator, so this button right here. Then you need to go to C. Now, it's a lot easier to go up. We want to have Numeric Solver right here. We're going to press Enter. So we should see this window right here. What we need to do is we need to put the first expression here. I'm going to say the left expression on the equal sign, and then the right expression on the equal sign will be on E2. So in this equation right here, we're going to put 3a plus 6 into E1. Now, I don't, for convenience, want to really use a. I want to use the variable x because I have a quick button right here. So I'm going to do 3 instead of a. I'm going to use x. Then I'm going to do plus 6. Once I entered E1, I just press enter. Now I'm going to put E2. It's going to be that negative 2 parentheses. Instead of a, I'm going to use x plus 7. So whenever you have a variable, I made a mistake here. I got to go back. Plus 7. And there we go. Whenever I have an unknown variable right here, I'm going to use x. Again, this button right here. So when I have it, I'm going to press enter. So when I put in E1 and E2, I've now now I'm at this screen right here. This is where I'm going to have the calculator solve the equation for me. The x equals must have a number in there. Okay, so if you ever come upon it and it doesn't have a number like this, you can put any number you want. It's kind of telling the calculator, hey, find me an answer that's close to this one. So you're kind of giving it an approximation. Then what you're going to do is you're going to press alpha, the green button, and enter, because we want to solve, right? To activate this solve, we need to press alpha and enter. Then it's going to kick out the answer for this equation. So if I put negative 4 back into this equation, both sides would be equal. Now, Numeric Solver is very powerful, but it's not going to give us the right answer all the time. It does an approximation of what the value is going to be. And sometimes it gets close, and it kind of looks weird. So let's say our answer needs to be x equals 5. The Numeric Solver might spit out something that looks like this. Okay, it's 4.99999999999. It goes on for a while. It's approximating 9. So in this case, just round it up to 5. Sometimes it goes close to 5, but on the other side, it will do 5.00000 and have a 1 at the very end. Just round down to 5 for that one. So keep that in mind. Let's take a look at some examples that are going to be helpful for us when doing our activity after this. So here we have an equation that is negative 4x plus 11 equals negative parentheses negative 3 plus 4x close parentheses minus 2. It's a lot. And if we were doing this by hand, we got to distribute and we got to combine like terms. We're going to use Numeric Solver to help us with this. So to get back to the E1 and E2 window, you're going to press up on the D-pad. Then I'm just going to press up. I'm going to clear the first one. And for E1, actually, I'm going to do this. This right here is E1. So I'm going to put that in my calculator right now. Negative 4x plus 11. Okay, now I'm going to put E2. E2 is this side, the right side of my equation. So I'm going to have negative. I mean, you can clear it if you want. Negative parentheses, negative 3x, or nope, just negative 3, plus 4x, close that parenthesis, minus 2x. And there we go. Once I'm good, I'm going to press enter. And again, I just need a number in there. Negative 4 is perfectly fine. I'm going to press alpha, enter. And I get negative 4. So my answer in this case as well is just negative 4. So I'm just going to write it on the side. X equals negative 4. Answer is not always going to be negative 4. For example, let's take a look at the next one. I'm going to make this E1 and this side E2. So press up on the D-pad, clear the first one. You're going to do 36. And we need to get that negative m minus 2 in the exponent position. So I'm going to hit the caret button right here. And that brings me up to the top. You can do parentheses just to indicate that we're going to have negative. Instead of m, I'm going to use x minus 2. And then I'm going to close that parenthesis. And then I'm good. So I'm going to go down here to the E2 and enter in that 216 raised to the power of negative 3x. Then I'm going to press enter. And again, I just need a number right there. So I'm going to press the alpha, enter for it to solve. Okay, I see something that's kind of weird. Right now, it is a long stream decimal that doesn't seem like it has an end. But it looks like it might have a pattern. And the answers aren't in decimal form. I need to turn it into a fraction. So I'm going to press the second mode that gets me out of that window. If I click the X button and I press enter, my calculator has now stored the value of X in X. So I could just press X and I can click the math button and I want to convert it into a fraction. So I would just press enter and I get 4/7. So my answer in this case, X equals 4/7. So we can use our calculator because it stores the answer for X. We can just convert X into a fraction. So let's do the next one. Again, I'm going to do this as E1 and this as E2. Click the math button, press up, hit enter on this, clear this out, and then I'm just going to do this 4 raised to the power of negative 3x. And then I need to get out of the exponent, so I'm going to press right on the D-pad, times 8, get in the exponent position, negative 2x minus 1. Perfect. Then I'm going to drop down to E2, and I'm going to put that 1/2 in there. Again, you can get 1/2 by pressing alpha, y equals, press enter, and I can just put that 1/2 here. Then I'm pressing enter, and then again, I just need a number on X, and then I press alpha, enter, it thinks, again, I don't want it, I want it to be in fraction form, so I just need to get out of the window, press second mode. Again, X right now. The answer for my equation is stored in X, so I just need to press X, math, and turn it into a fraction. And I get X. I get X equals negative 1/6. So that's going to be answer A. I'm going to do that for this one right here. So I'm going to quickly do it. I don't know why I clicked second. Sorry, we need math. Press up, numeric solver. Clear this first one. I'm going to put 10. Raise the power of A, or X, instead of A, minus 8. Then I'm going to drop out of the exponent and just minus it by 9. Go to E2 and just put the 4. Press enter. And then I'm going to press alpha, enter. Okay, I'm going to look for the one that says 9.11. That is going to be D. Sweet. Now I'm going to continue, and I'm going to try these out really quick. I can press up on the D-pad, clear this, parentheses, make the fraction alpha y equals, enter, 1/16. Get out, make sure I make parentheses like that, raise it to the x power, drop down and put E2, 232. Press alpha. Oh, actually, I just need to press enter first. Then I press alpha, enter. It's going to calculate. Boom. Again, I don't want it to be just a decimal, so go out here, or press second mode, press X, hit the math, turn it into a fraction, press enter, and I am looking for negative 5/4. I'm going to do the next one right here. You could do it as well. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to do it with the calculator. I should put the negative out in front. There we go. Oh, made a mistake there. That's okay. I can delete it. Make sure I'm out of the fraction. Drop down to do E2. Put the negative. Make sure you have a parenthesis out there. Make the fraction 5/4. Make sure you get out of the fraction. Press X plus 1, and then close that parenthesis. Press enter. Do alpha, enter. There we go. Again, I don't want a fraction, so I'm going to press second mode. Press the X. Press math. Press enter to turn it into a fraction. Boom. There we go. So that's how you use Numeric Solver to help you solve a lot of common equations. It's not going to be all of them, but it's going to be most of them. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next one.